What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, I've just seen this leak here from the DailyStar. Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. Script leaked in behind the scenes video trailer. Listen. A Street Fighter themed trailer of the epic showdown between AJ and Ngannou had fans claiming the result of the fight has clearly already been decided. The script for AJ's blockbuster bout against Francis Ngannou has been leaked, according to fans. Blah, 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 blah. These guys talk too much. Get to the point. Let's see. A leaked clip of the footage made the rounds on social media, which has prompted fight fans to suggest the epic bout has a predetermined result. With one formerly Twitter user writing, Ngannou versus AJ. Okay, you just keep repeating the same thing. The script leak. Here's a picture anyway. I know what to bet the house on now. I'm getting rich, guys. Anyway, this is the picture, man. This is the picture. The leaked photo of the script, people. What can I say? Now, obviously, allegedly, it was a part of the promotion trailer. I haven't watched the video. I couldn't find it. Couldn't bother to find it. Ain't gonna lie. You see here, Ngannou essentially getting his head knocked spark off. It is somewhat reminiscent of how the fight went. I ain't gonna lie. Look, you got AJ getting jabbed in the face and being completely unfazed, which is essentially what you're seeing here, right? And then you got Ngannou. Sorry, you've got Neptune Goo. Yeah, Neptune Goo. Ngannou. Neptune Goo. Yeah, Francis Neptune Goo. Why is he called Neptune Goo? Because he ain't on Earth no more. Ngannou is his earthly name, right? He ain't here no more. He is celestial. He with the Celestials right now. Hence Neptune Goo. Yeah, you can't call him his earthly name. Fact. No one in their right mind after, what was it, March 8th, whatever day it was, can refer to Francis with his earthly name. He is now with the Celestials somewhere up there. So Neptune is categorically more fitting than Ngannou. He could never be Ngannou because he ain't here no more. He got a new name, Neptune Goo. Francis Neptune Goo, yeah? Anyway, so you see Francis Neptune Goo here. His head all twists up. Right, look. AJ poised. The jab comes in. He poised. AJ, but Francis' neck all twist to pieces. Fact. All twist to pieces. Which is reminiscent and foretelling how the fight went. Do I think it has any relevance? I don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. Why am I doing this video? Coin must be made. So nothing really much more to say. I'm going to find something more to say. You best believe we're going to get 8 minutes. Listen. I've said it before, but we need to see what's next for AJ. I don't like the idea of him hanging around now. I don't see any place for it. There's been corny AJ fans. Oh, YB, you're an AJ hater. You want him to be burnt out. Listen, people. If you think AJ is burnt out after fighting Wallin and fighting Ngannou in them two fashions, you don't know anything about sport broadly, and you damn sure don't know anything about boxing. AJ went in there and didn't have even a hard minute of either of them fights. And we're talking about essentially 6 months. In 6 months, AJ's had no hard time in the ring. That does not give you fatigue. If anything, it boosts you up. You're on a roll. Yeah? That AJ is in the midst of the definition of being on a roll. And what do? When you're on a roll, it implies you've got momentum, or you're gaining momentum. Your velocity is increasing. Why would you stop that and say, oh, I'm going to sit around and wait for Fury and Usyk, a fight if I was to bet now, the fight will happen. Yeah, but still, there's no guarantee that fight going to happen. Could be pushed back again. And even if that fight happens, we know they've got a rematch. And neither one of them, man, it was implied by Eddie Hearn that, we're going to wait for the Fury and Usyk outcome because, as if there wouldn't be a rematch. Yeah, we'll wait for that and maybe we'll somehow get to fight Fury. That's not going to happen. Fury ain't going to lose to Usyk and then fight AJ. What do I do that for? AJ's in the bag for Fury, win or lose. It makes no sense not to rematch Usyk. Unless Eddie Hearn's hoping, Usyk's going to completely box Fury's head off, or Fury's going to completely box Usyk's head off, and then so much so that neither man will want it. Which is almost unprecedented. I can't think of one example of a fight like this where someone loses it and then they don't want their guaranteed rematch clause. Who would do that? It's the biggest money fight for both men. Oh, I'm going to leave that on the table. Because again, for the winner or loser, AJ is there still. For example, Fury could lose to Usyk twice, and AJ fight's still going to be there. Right? Usyk could lose to Fury twice, and the AJ fight still going to be there. There's no advantage of letting AJ step in for what? So it's a bad strategy. AJ, stay sharp. You are sharp. You're the best, in my opinion, you're the best you've ever looked. You got the composure and the devastation combined. In his early years, he had devastation. He didn't really have the composure. He didn't have the finesse. In his middle years, he had the composure. He didn't have no devastation. Now it's looking like the best of both worlds. Hence, he's a matured fighter. That's usually how it goes in the best case scenarios. You learn, and then you peak. He's peaking right now. To sit around, it was only last year, I think it was, Fury was calling out AJ back in August last year. Fury bottled it. And then Dillian White stepped in and the rest is history. But at that point, AJ said, you know what, I ain't spending no more time waiting around for Fury. And in doing that, I mean, look, people, I'm trying to think, when was the last time AJ fought? 3 months almost back to back. He fought late December and then early March, literally. Barely 3 months. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, January, February, March. It's not even 3 months. 2.5 months. I'll put it out there. AJ in the end of his war. AJ in the World Championship level of his career has never fought back to back in 2.5 months. And in doing so, he looked the best ever. And to be quite frank, when Canelo was in his prime as such, on the 168 run, he was fighting every 3, 4, 5 months then. Super active. Now if you win there and it's a grueling fight and you're going 12 rounds, then of course take 6 months. But even that though, I'm not really into this whole shtick of let's take 6 months off. I don't believe you can ever be the peak of performance fighting once every 6 months. It's too much time. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. Unless you're being battered every time. But when you're on top and you're buzzing and you're pinging, stay on it, man. Hrgovic begging for it. AJ really, in my opinion, if I was running AJ's career, Hrgovic was saying, I'll fight AJ right now. Of course he would. So AJ gets straight into the mix for whatever belt it is, the title contention. I think it's the IBF. Smoke Hrgovic. Hrgovic ain't all that either. He's much more solid than Ngannou. He's much more solid than Wallin, but he ain't all that. Zhang's put him down. I mean, Hrgovic is a solid guy. That's all he is, though. I wouldn't say he's a phenomenon. AJ's looking phenomenal. I won't say he's a phenomenon yet, but he's looking phenomenal. Relative to his career. And now you want to sit around waiting. You've got to stay active in high-level fights. Yeah, Wallin wasn't the highest level, but I believe there's been a step up. Helenius a bum, Wallin better. I'd say I'd have Ngannou beating Wallin, to be honest. Wallin wouldn't knock Ngannou out. I wouldn't believe. But even if you think Wallin's better, it's not miles apart. So it's Helenius, Wallin step up, Ngannou step up, Hrgovic step up. It's perfectly stepped. And that Hrgovic fight, Hrgovic would wait till June. I think Daniel Dubois they're in the mix with Hrgovic for June 1st, but that should be AJ's fight. Why Dubois getting in there for? For what? Is AJ versus Dubois a bigger fight? I'm not even sure who even wins that fight. Who even wins with Dubois and Hrgovic? Dubois is the bigger puncher. Hrgovic has more heart. It's an interesting one. Fair play to Dubois. But Dubois got nowhere to go. I salute Frank Warren, because Frank Warren, he stayed getting Dubois in positions. Dubois is never out of position. Even if he quits, even if he loses, straight back in the mix. So I salute Frank Warren for that. Yeah, AJ's more mature in his career. He doesn't need a Hrgovic, but it's not about what you need at this point. The way AJ looking, it should be about spiritual redemption. Yeah? I'm going to redeem myself by beating up all the contenders who are knocking around right now. Imagine AJ goes on a run, yeah? Imagine he beats up Hrgovic. Because bear in mind, like I said, realistically, yeah, at best, Fury and Usyk is not going to be concluded until Q2 next year. That's my base case. Q2 next year. So you're looking at April, May, June next year. The rematch will have been over. They're going to fight in May. It's going to be a year from then. To be you wouldn't. Who here is going to bet on the fight happening 6 months later? I'm not. So Q2 25 is a safe bet. That means AJ's got at least 15, 18 months. Let's say for example, yeah, Fury and Usyk fight. Let's say Fury and Usyk fight. Well, we know they're fighting May this year. Let's say they then fight in March 25. It's going to be another 4 to 6 months until they can fight again. So Fury and Usyk 2 will take place in March 25. Then they're going to want 4 to 6 months to the fight of the next man, which AJ in theory, well, AJ will certainly fight one of them in the 6 months after that. So that puts us at September 25. What do you mean you're waiting for Fury? For what? Or Usyk? Well, you're going to sit around for 18 months. Point. You might as well. In 18 months, or certainly a year. In a year, yeah, AJ can fight Hrgovic in June. Joe Parker in October. Hrgovic in June, or a Zhang type cat. Or even a Wilder. Because really, if you're that bad, if AJ going to do something with Fury or Usyk, Wilder's washed up. Zhang, he's showing holes now. Joe Parker's solid. All of them people, though, should be beatable for this AJ. And he should go on a run now. Because really, even if he loses to one of them, the Fury fight's still going to be there. Right? It's not going to be as big. But thinking about how big it would be, though, if AJ beats Hrgovic and then Zhang, for example, let's say Zhang smokes Wilder, which is my base case. Zhang smokes Wilder. If AJ beats Hrgovic and then Zhang, imagine that now. AJ he really with it. The Ngannou and Wallin fight, okay. You know what? You can't conclude after them two fights. It's bang on it. You don't even need necessarily both of them. If AJ can just smoke one of them, if AJ can smoke a Wilder, a Zhang, or a Hrgovic, then it's fair. Then it's like, oh my god, this is serious. No. And when I say smoke, Wilder deserves to be knocked spark out. After that Parker performance, there's no reason Wilder should make it 12 with AJ. Zhang, good chin, but his gas tank, there's no reason he should make it 12. Parker, he's solid. Parker's solid. But he can be put down. We know this. And he can be stopped. In fact, Joe Joyce showed he could be stopped. So yeah, all three of them, AJ could and probably should stop them. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe. Like up to about 100%, no doubt.